Welcome to another edition of Five Star Pod Splash. I am your host, Andre Harris, and today we are taking a break from the video games. We'll be back next Saturday to break down the top 10 Sony PlayStation 1 video games. But today we are going into movies, starting with Christmas movies voted on by the people in Game Haven community and the Rareform Gaming community. So what I did is I basically put two polls into both of these groups. Make sure you join Game Haven on Facebook and Rareform Gaming so that you can participate in these polls and make your voice and your vote heard. So with that being said, this is not necessarily my top 10. This is the top 10 voted on and tallied up from those two groups. Before I get into the top 10 Christmas movies, there are five honorable mentions that I would just like to shout out. The first being the movie Claus. This is a recent Christmas movie, beautiful artwork all throughout. It's just a really good movie. I actually, I'll be real, I haven't seen this movie yet, but I just know from my art friends and animation friends they've told me nothing but good things about this movie, so I'm definitely going to be checking it out soon. Definitely deserved a mention, especially with it being um, in the genre of Christmas and whatnot. The honorable mention number four is actually National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. This is an old school classic right here. I know a lot of my 80s babies seen this movie back up in the day. National Lampoon's had a series of good movies that they put out. This being probably one of my favorite ones. Honorable mention number three. I'm keeping it moving. I'm keeping it quick today. Is the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Another good Christmas movie. I'm not really breaking down the movies this time. I just want to give you all the results and everything. So I got things to do today. But honorable mention number two is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm surprised this didn't make the top 10. This is a classic Christmas. There's one that didn't make anything. That was Frosty the Snowman. I should probably put that on the honorable mention as well. But Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We all know the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say it glows. Man, Rudolph is an OG. Rudolph is the epitome of back then hoes didn't love me, now I'm hot, they all on me. You know what I'm saying? All the reindeers wasn't fucking with Rudolph, but then they saw Santa Claus was rocking with him, and now all of a sudden they all want to rock with him and everything. You know what I'm saying? Uh, honorable mention number one, Elf by Will Ferrell. I am surprised this did not make at least the top 10. I mean, this is such a funny classic Christmas movie. Will Ferrell, was in his bag on this one, man. Definitely, I'm pretty sure everybody in here has seen it, so I ain't got to really get too much into it in depth. But those are the five honorable mentions: Claus, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Santa Claus, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Elf. Now, we're going to get straight into the top 10. Coming in at number 10 is The Grinch Stole Christmas, the movie starring Jim Carrey in it. This movie, I believe, came out in 2000, November 17th of 2000. It's the live adaptation of the classic How the Grinch Stole Christmas animation from 1966. This is actually the first of Dr. Seuss's stories to actually be made into a live action movie. So salute to Jim Carrey. He really nailed this role. Jim Carrey, definitely one of the better comedians. Coming in at number 9 on the list, this movie came out in December 18th of 1966, and that is actually the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I'm surprised that the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas is not higher up on the list. It would definitely be higher up on my list. This is one of the most classic Christmas tales of all time. This next movie, a lot of people, and again, don't shoot the messenger. This is not my personal list. This is what the general consensus is in these two groups when we tallied up. Coming at number 8, I'm surprised it's so low on the list, but hey, the original Grinch is at number 9, so it's not too surprising. At number 8, we got A Christmas Story. How is The Christmas Story? This thing literally comes on every Christmas Eve and Christmas and plays for 24 hours, 12 times, back to back to back to back. The original Christmas Story, it's like 9 vignettes. all intertwined into one. This don't want to get too deep into it, but man, The Christmas Story coming in at number 8 on the list, voted on by you, the people at Game Haven and Rareform Gaming. Again, make sure y'all go to Game Haven and Rareform Gaming and like, follow, join those groups so they could take part in the next top 10. We got a Sony PlayStation coming up next week. We're just taking a little break because I forgot to put the survey up. So we're going into the Christmas that I forgot to record the episode for last week. So a lot of forgetting going on on my part. I'm getting old, folks, so take it easy on me. Coming in at number 7 on the top 10 Christmas movies voted on by the people in these groups, we got a Charlie Brown Christmas. This movie actually came out December 9th, 1965. This is the oldest movie on the list. This was, we all know Charlie Brown from the newspaper and the Peanut Gallery and everything. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this might have been the very first Charlie Brown movie. Very classic movie. I'm not sure how many of you seen it because this is before my time, and I know I'm one of the older people up in the groups and everything, but man, I actually did see this animated movie, and very, very fun back as a kid. Wasn't a large selection as a kid of animation movies like that to really go from. So, Charlie Brown was definitely doing this thing back in the mid 80s, or mid 80s, I'd say. Coming in at number 6, this movie would probably be in my top 3 favorite Christmas movies, and that is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. This movie came out November 16th, 1996, and we all know it was a fight to get that Turbo Man. This Turbo Man might as well have been the PlayStation 5. They could really do a Jingle All the Way 2021 version with the PlayStation 5, and everybody trying to get that because that's how hard it is to get a Turbo Man. It was as hard as getting a PlayStation 5. This movie was just classic. The dad is always busy with his work and everything. His son said, "Dad, all I want for Christmas is one thing, that Turbo Man. Make sure you get that, Pops." And, he went to the last minute, and come to find out how rare and popular that toy was. He had to go everywhere trying to get that Turbo Man. Eventually, he could not get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure y'all seen it, but if you haven't seen Jingle All the Way, shame on you. Make sure y'all go check out Jingle All the Way, man. This was one of Sinbad's. Sinbad was just fire in that movie. Coming in at number 5, this is a classic. I forgot this even took place on a Christmas setting, but that was Gremlins. The original Gremlins movie that came out on June 8th of 1984. So Gremlins, you already know it's about to pop. Went to the Chinese shop, saw the little gremlin and everything. The dude told him, like, "Yo, man, there's some parameters. If you want to get this, there's some things you got to make sure you do, man. Don't feed it after night. Don't get no water on it and whatnot." And you know what? Of course, that's what happens, and all hell breaks loose. This classic movie right here, Gremlins. Also throw this into the horror genre or whatnot. Man, if you were an 80s baby, you definitely saw Gremlins. You definitely grew up with Gremlins. I didn't realize this came out originally in 1984 because I've seen it later on, like maybe 88, 89. But man, this is one of the same year I was born, 1984. Gremlins classic coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, another one of those movies would have probably been in my top. I can't even complain, because even if I was going to say top 3, it's number 4, so that ain't too far off, and that is Home Alone 2, man. You already know. Oh, boy, man. This is Macaulay Culkin, man. He came in the game so hard with these Home Alone movies, and really, to me, those are really the only movies I really associate him with, the only movies I really followed him on. I'm pretty sure he had a lot more movies that he was on or whatnot, but Home Alone 2 coming in at number 4, voted on by the people at Rareform Gaming and Game Haven. Coming in at number 3, Home Alone 2, I will also say this one was different because they're in New York this time, you know what I'm saying? And it was pretty much the same. It followed pretty much the same blueprint as the original Home Alone, Kevin gets ditched from his family again, gotta hold down the household. The Wet Bandits are back, Joe Pesci. Forgot the other actor's name, but the dude was hilarious. Man, RIP to my stepdad, Greg. But the other Robert that was with Joe Pesci always reminded me of my stepdad, Greg, man. So rest in peace to him. Coming in at number 3 on the list of top 10 Christmas movies voted on, Some of y'all just trying to be hip at this point, man. I don't know, man. Die Hard, the original Die Hard with Bruce Willis, man. Like, I think of this more of an action movie, like one of the great action movies of the 80s or whatnot, the late 80s. But Die Hard, it did actually take place during Christmas or Christmas Eve. So, in that regard, it is considered a Christmas movie. It takes place during Christmas. This came out on July 15th of 1988. Pretty sure all y'all seen Die Hard. Even the younger people went back and revisited this classic movie. Bruce Willis in his bag. Man, the whole Die Hard series was fuego out the gate, man. This set the tone, got the franchise up and popping and everything like that. Die Hard, number one. Coming in at number two, this is personally my favorite Christmas movie, and that is Home Alone 1. Man, Kevin was just the interactions between Kevin and his family before they left him. Yo, man, they were wild, man. Kevin was a little cut up, bro. Like, my favorite part though was when he's watching that movie with the gangster and he's just like, I'm giving you to the count of 10 to get your ugly yellow keister off my property before I pump you full of lead. 1, 2, 10, and then just starts shooting off like, yo, this is my movie right here, man. Kevin was just, he was a problem child, you know what I'm saying? We had a lot of those back in the day, problem child, Dennis the Menace, and you know what I'm saying? But Kevin was up there, you know what I'm saying? Kevin was a bad motherfucker. But coming in at number one, I told you we was going to keep this short and sweet this week. Coming in at number one, most voted on Christmas movie by both groups, total, is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Man, this is a good one, man. It was a little dark. I ain't gonna front. It wasn't my favorite. It definitely probably it'd be my top 10, but I don't know if it even make my I don't know if it'll make my top 5. Probably make like maybe 6 or 7 or something like that on my list. But the people have spoken. All right, The Nightmare Before Christmas. This came out on October 29th of 1993. Pretty much, you know, like there's like different realms, each realm representing a different holiday. So Jack the Skeleton from the Halloween realm, you know, one day he's up in the forest and he sees the door with all the trees with the different doors leading to other realms, goes into the Christmas realm, sees how popping Christmas is, and like, yo, man, y'all ain't about to be the only ones who get Christmas, bro. We about to get Christmas popping over here in the Halloween realm too. And now they're trying to take over Christmas and everything, man. Classic, man. The animation on this, as an animator, someone who graduated for animation, wow, this is a work of art, beautiful animation. Coming out in 1993, damn, this must have been ahead of its time. Pretty sure like this is one of those claymation pieces right here, but man, that is your top 10 Christmas movies. So I'm just gonna run them down real quick. At number 10, it was the movie version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. At number 9 was the original animation Grinch That Stole Christmas. Number 8, A Christmas Story. At number 7, A Charlie Brown Christmas. At number 6, Jingle All the Way. At number 5, Gremlins. At number 4, Home Alone 2. At number 3, Die Hard 1. At number 2, Home Alone 2. And at number 1, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Top 10. Man, make sure y'all go to my Facebook gaming page where you can check out past episodes of Top 10 along with my video gaming content and other content as well. That is at The Whole FN Show. You see it right there at the bottom bar right there. You can also go follow my Twitch channel at The Whole FN Show as well. If you would like to make a donation, you could cash out Fatamania. And also, if you want to just check out on YouTube, you could go to Top Shelf TV. And if you ain't got time to watch the video, say you're on the road or driving or whatnot, I also have an Anchor podcast, which goes to Spotify, Apple Podcast, and several other podcast platforms. You could go to 5-Star Pod Splash, and you could check it out on there as well. My name's Andre Harris. I'm signing off. Thank you for taking the time to check this out. Next episode, next Saturday, will be on top 10 PlayStation games. I'm going to be a little bit more in-depth going over the history and all that on those ones. I didn't really have enough time to really take notes on these movies, but going forward, I'll definitely do more homework. But I just want to keep it short and sweet. I don't want to drag on and talk y'all to death and everything. I know everybody's busy, got things to do. It's the weekend. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe, wear a mask, take care, We are out. Make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe on my Facebook gaming channel, The Whole Effing Show. I cannot stress that enough. Make sure if you want to vote and if you disagree with any of these polls, then that's your fault if you did not vote on them. Because if you're in Game Haven or Rare Farm Gaming, then you had a chance to vote on it. And if you're not, make sure you go join either Game Haven or Rare Farm Gaming so that the next time we can get these polls right. I know some of my favorites didn't make the list. My favorite didn't make #1. I'm a little tight about it, but we're going to be all right. Y'all take care. Peace.